Good morning and good afternoon, everybody, irrespective of the country is watching this live session. Welcome to HNS Global Education. My name is Milton. I'm the Managing Director of HNS Global Education. HNS Global Education is a global platform for international students. We help international students from all over the world and give them guidance, admission helps as well. We work with more than 40 institutes. As part of our daily live session, we have invited one of our key partners, the Montfort University. The university is situated in heart of Leicester City. Today, the university admissions manager, the country manager Hanah, along with her four colleagues, will be joining with us. We're going to discuss several things about the university, the entry requirements of different courses, discussion about different departments. One of our university colleagues will have a presentation. Along with that, we'll have a question and answer sessions as well. So students from all over the world who are watching this live session, feel free to join the session, and also you can start sending your questions to us through our live stream. Along with that, our dedicated team are available in the Facebook page. We have an email address that you can send your documents by this time if you want to discuss something particularly. You can also WhatsApp us. The WhatsApp number is on the screen. So we're gonna quickly add our guests now. First of all, I am inviting Hanah. Hi, Hanah.
Hi, lovely to meet you. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, lovely to see you again. And I'm gonna add Joe now. Hi, Joe. Sorry, I can't hear you.
You're on mute, Joe.
Hey, Milton, how you doing? Are you all right?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm gonna add one of my other close friend, Mr. Amar. Hi, Amar.
Milton, good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for the lovely invitation.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining today.
Pleasure.
And I think one of our another colleague, Mr. Martin, gonna join soon, isn't it? Okay. And along with me, one of my Indian team, my Indian Ahmedabad team manager, Mr. Subhash Adhak, is gonna join as well. Hi, Subhash.
Hi, Milton. Hi, everyone. How are you?
Hi, Subhash. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so at the beginning of the session, we're gonna ask Hanah to have an introduction about herself and also the team, along with a short discussion about the Montfort University.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me and my colleagues. Before Martin, our regional manager, joins us, I would just like to play a small video for all of our guests, and then Martin will do a short introduction as well. Okay, so if you just give me a moment, I will share my screen. Are you able to see this?
I think, let me see. I'm sorry, the screen is not showing.
Yeah, just give me a moment, sorry. Is it now?
Let's see. Yes. 1 second. Yes.
Yep, brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to play this short video before Martin joins us. So here we go.
Is there any sound, Hanah, on that?
So is the sound not working?
Yeah.
Is the sound on?
No, it's not working.
Ah. I do apologize for that. Sorry, I'll play a different video before Martin joins us.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's no sound here, unless there is the video is only. Hanah, there's no sound on the video.
I do apologise. I think there's been some difficulty with the sound. So I do apologise for that.
No problem.
What I will do is just... Sorry. So, sorry, as the sound is not working, we will just wait for Martin to join us.
Yeah.
Martin is backstage, so could you please... Oh, there he is. Hello, Martin.
Yeah.
Excellent. So,
good morning, everyone. Good morning, Milton. Very nice to see you. Are you well? Are you all well?
Yeah. Good morning, Martin. It's been a long time to see you. Nice to see the full team in one frame.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I was having some technical difficulties backstage there, so I was waiting to come in. So I'm very glad to be here now. Maybe if we have time, I could just say a couple of quick words. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I just wanted to obviously thank H&H for this opportunity to speak to their students. And students, thanks very much for joining this session. It's very great to have the opportunity to introduce Montfort University to you all. Obviously, I hope everyone's crucially is safe and well during this this unusual time that we're going through. But optimistically, things seem to be on the improvement, certainly in the UK. And you may have seen in the news actually last night that there's been some very good medical news. So we can maybe talk about that in a little while, and maybe at the question and answer session at the end. But I just really wanted to, before Hanah gives the main presentation, just to give 2 or 3 really sort of high-level key points about why De Montfort University is such a great university for South Asian students specifically, but obviously international students in general also. De Montfort University, as many people know, is actually based right smack in the centre of Leicester. Leicester, just if anyone doesn't know, is just over an hour north of London by train, so we're quite close to the capital. But what Leicester's really known for as a city is that it's an international city. In the UK, I think you'd name Leicester and maybe 1 or 2 other cities that are really known for being international cities. But what Leicester is really, really known for is being a multicultural and a South Asian city. It's widely multicultural, and we have a very, very large South Asian community here. Just to give you a bit of an idea of that, obviously on the team here we have Hanah. Hanah's background is obviously from South Asia. My wife's background also is from South Asia. So just half the team in the session from the university have very close connections with the region. So hopefully that demonstrates that that we really are a very South Asian city. But what that really means for students is that when they come to study at the university and obviously live in the city, they're going to be very at home here. So they're going to be able to enjoy many of the things that they would enjoy back at home, whether that be mixing with people from their own country, speaking their own language, being able to buy the foods they would buy at home, go to restaurants and eat the food that they would have at home, participate in sporting activities that they would at home, religious practice, whatever that might be, they're really going to find that here in the city. But at the same time, and crucially, Leicester's also a very British city. So we've got a rich British culture and history. Anyone who's interested in football will know about our famous football team, which has really put the city on the world map. Also, recently we found the ancient remains of King Richard III, very close to the university, actually, and that's also put us on the world stage. So crucially, what I'm saying there is the city really is going to be an excellent city for international students, but also especially students from the South Asia region. But at the same time, they're going to be able to enjoy everything that you'd want to enjoy when coming to the UK and living in the UK while you're studying, as well as obviously taking the benefits of the UK educational system. So just to say, the city is a great option for you. In terms of the university itself, we have at a high level over 400 programs. We have 4 very large faculties, and we're teaching across a wide range of levels. And what we tend to find is students from the South Asia region, when they're thinking about coming to study in the UK, the general subject program areas that they're thinking about tend to be the program areas that we offer. So I would say, not in every case, but in most cases, depending on what you're thinking of studying, we're very likely to have that exact program for you. Or if we don't, we'll probably have something pretty similar. The final thing I want to say, and we can maybe go into this in a bit more detail at the end of the session with question and answers, but just to confirm that we do have definitely a September this year intake happening. It's going to be a combination of blended learning, and we can talk about that in a bit more detail. But I just wanted to really confirm that we're full speed and go ahead for September. And so it's very important for students who are thinking about coming and joining us that if they haven't already done so, that they speak to H&H and Milton and his team to start to arrange their send their applications and start to go through the process. So anyway, I've spoken for a long time there. I apologize for that, but thanks very much for the opportunity. I look forward to answering any questions that anyone has at the end. If people don't already have questions ready, I'd encourage you to think about anything you might want to know. And as well as myself, we've obviously got the wider team here, so hopefully we'll be able to answer all those for you. So thanks very much, and I'll hand back over. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much, Martin, for your introductory messages to the students and a short discussion about the university and next available intakes. I will move it to Hanah to run the session, please.
Thank you ever so much, Milton. Thank you, Martin. So we'll go into a short presentation now, and then we'll open up for some questions and answers. So I'm just going to share my screen. Please do tell me if you can't see it. Okay, are you able to see the screen?
I can see the screen.
Yes? Yep.
Yes.
Excellent, thank you. Brilliant. So welcome to Montfort University. And as Martin gave you a short introduction, I'll go into a little bit more information about the university and the city we're located in. So Leicester is very multicultural, as Martin said. You can expect to be involved in lots of different cultures, diversity, lots of festivals that go on throughout the year. We celebrate Eid, Diwali, Chinese New Year. These are all celebrated really widely within different parts of Leicester, really celebrating the different nationalities we have here. The city is very historic, and you never run out of things to do in Leicester. There is lots of museums around, but also places of worship that you can visit, and also you can find out more about the history of Leicester. I did play a video earlier, but unfortunately the sound wasn't working, but you'll be able to obtain this video from H&H if you want to find out more about the history of Leicester and DMU indeed. We're the 10th largest city, so We're not as big as, say, London, but London is a very touristy city, and Leicester, in comparison, is a student town. It's very vibrant, and it's really easy to get from Leicester to the other big cities, for instance, Manchester, London, Birmingham. They're all very, very easy to reach on the train within, less than 1 hour, less than 2 hours for London. So as you can see on this map here of the UK, Leicester is very centrally located. Another nice thing about Leicester is that it has Europe's largest indoor market, and it doesn't just serve, fruit and vegetables, but it also boasts fantastic stands with arts and crafts, jewelry, lots of fabrics. So if you are kind of studying in art and design, then you can find some extra exclusive and quirky materials in the market. But along with that as well, there's lots of other things that you can find in the market, things like fresh food. There is a massive fish market within the actual market as well. So it's really good to see and really good to experience. So here are two shots of Leicester. On the left-hand side, you can see our local shopping centre. This is actually only a 5-minute walk from the actual campus, and it's full of shops from sort of the Apple store, mobile phone shops, to clothing stores, to restaurants, bars and cafes. So it's a multi-complex which has anything that you may want within one area. It also has a cinema, and it also has an indoor golf centre. So if you want to get involved in some fun activity, the golf centre is open, and you can get involved in that in between lectures if you wanted, or even after you finish your day at the university. Of course, during this pandemic, we have been socially distancing, and we have lots of parks, and one of the parks is actually within the campus that you can go to and relax in, have a picnic, or just chill out, for some quiet time and time away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Leicester is also famous, as Martin said. Leicester City Football Club was truly put on the map in 2016 when we won the Premiership. And this is something that the university and the city indeed is really proud about. And Leicester City Football Club are actually our official partners as well. So this is really exciting for our students, because often you will be able to get tickets and get involved in going to see a match. And this really makes you feel part of the Leicester vibe and the Leicester culture, which, so many people are part of. On the right-hand side is a picture of our King Richard Centre, and his body was found, and that's something that Leicester really celebrates and has showcased. So you can find out more about that as part of Leicester's history as well. And again, it's not far away from the campus. There's a real community feel within Leicester. There's lots of mosques that you can go and visit outside of the campus area, not far to reach, within sort of 10-20 minutes. One thing about Leicester is that transport is not really an issue, because things are not too far away from one another. And, it has a really good community feel in the sense that, there's lots of things that go on outside of university life that really celebrates the Islamic culture, which a lot of our Bangladeshi students really embrace and get involved in. Leicester's full of fantastic restaurants, and really affordable restaurants as well. You can find from Bangladeshi food, to Turkish food, to Chinese food, to Gujarati thali. There's lots of things that you can find in Leicester restaurants. But also within the campus, we have a food village which serves up fresh food daily, and with the food village there is also a halal kitchen offering halal food on a daily basis, which is warm and delicious. The campus also has various coffee shops, so you can just go away to a cafe in between lectures if you wanted to, but also they are not far away from the campus either, so you can actually go into the city centre if you don't want to eat on campus. Again, very affordable, and you can expect to spend around £5 for a full meal with a drink and a snack as well. So here's a bit of a drone view of our campus. It's a very lovely, appealing, visually appealing campus. And as you can see on the left-hand side, a river runs through the campus, which is really nice on summer days where you can, sit nearby it, or even sit at the top of one of the buildings, which has a kind of like a rooftop garden setup, which our students really enjoy. Our buildings are quite close to one another, so you don't have to walk too far from one place to another to get to, all of your lectures. And that also includes the library, which is literally just 5 minutes walk from these buildings that you can see in front of you. So here are some more shots of our campus. It's all in one area, which makes it all the more appealing for our students, because you don't have to go, too far away to get to another place. And, these pictures have been taken on nice sunny days. And if the hot weather is not something that, really appeals to you, you can definitely expect to find snow at least once a year in the UK. The thing about the UK is that, we fully have the 4 seasons throughout the year. So, sunny days or cold days, there's something for everyone's choice of climate. So here is a little bit of a grid of the campus. And as I showed you in the pictures, the buildings, which are the pink blocks here on this grid. So surrounding it, you can see some purple blocks, and these are our halls of residence. So student accommodation is also not far away from the actual campus that you'll be learning at. And this is really great for our students because you're not walking too far from one place to another. So, you can expect to walk at the most about 15 minutes from halls of residence to get to your lectures in the mornings if you're in a rush. The train station is 15 minutes walk away from the campus. So you can easily hop on a train and get to a different city if you want to go out and about and explore, or go and meet friends or family that may be in different cities. The city centre, the picture that I showed you earlier of the shopping centre, is literally a 5 minutes walk away from the campus. So each and every international student is guaranteed student accommodation on campus. You can expect to find comfortable and affordable accommodation with DMU. Depending on what your preference is, there's something available for everyone, whether you want to share or whether you want to have a accommodation space to yourself. It's very affordable, like I said. You can expect to pay around about £800 a month, including your bills, your rent, and your daily food that you would need to purchase. So in comparison to a larger city like London, for example, it is extremely affordable, whereas in London you would expect to pay around £700 to £800 alone on your rent, and then extra on top for your bills and your daily expenses. So the faculties on offer at Montfort University is the Art and Design and Humanities, Health and Life Sciences, Computing, Engineering and Media, Business and Law. And all of these faculties together have over 400 courses on offer. And as Martin said earlier, whatever your interest is, it's pretty much guaranteed that you would be able to find it here at DMU. We are inspired by industry. So, for example, if you are doing an accounting course, you can expect to be part of the professional body of the ACCA, which will then exempt you from the exams that you would need to take when you do enter the world of work. And this is similar to the other industry-specific courses as well, such as Chartered Institute of Marketing, General Pharmaceutical Council, and so on. We have fantastic placement opportunities, over 2,000 a year. And along with these, we have really good partnerships as well. So there are lots of opportunities available to our students to be involved in placements. Each faculty has a placement team that will help and advise and guide you with your application for a placement. They're there also to kind of go through some mock interviews, help you with your CVs. The university is really, really encourages our students to take part in placements, but also you have to be proactive along with that, and seek the kind of placement that you want to pursue. So of course, whilst you're at university, you've come from a different city and you may want to earn some extra cash and do some part-time work. There's lots of opportunities to work. There's lots of places that you can get part-time work at. And the guidance is that you work 20 hours during term time. And of course, during your holidays and out of term, there is no limits to how many hours you work. On campus, we have a recruitment agency that you can sign up with and find out more about the vacancies that are available on campus and out of the campus in the city. There's also opportunities for you to become a student ambassador, and that is also paid as well. There are lots of recruitment agencies nearby in the city centre as well that you can hand your CV into and, let them know what kind of work that you want to be involved in, and they'll be in touch with you to let you know what's available and, go through that process with you. There are also lots of volunteering opportunities available at DMU, and this is really good for students to get involved in because ultimately it makes you more employable when you leave us and go out into the world of work. It enhances your CV and makes you all the more appealing to future employers. We have a really good success rate of graduates. Over 97% of our graduates go on to full-time education or other employment within 6 months of graduating with us. This is above the national average of 94% of UK universities. And De Montfort University is truly a social inclusion university. And this is, this was really demonstrated when we were awarded the Good University Guide in 2019 by the Sunday Times. So a programme that's available to each and every student at De Montfort University is called DMU Global. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to get involved in another international experience other than the one that you've come from and other than the one that you're embracing when you are with us in the UK. It gives you the opportunity to find out about how the industry that you're studying towards works in a different country. So for example, a couple of years ago, we sent 1,000 students to New York. They spent 5 days out there exploring the city and finding out more about, the industry that they want to work in. So here is a picture of some of our international students that got involved in the DMU Global New York trip in 2018. So whilst you're at the university, you can also be part of societies. We have an Islam society, we have a Hindu society, we have a sports society. And, if there's a particular hobby that you're interested in, for example, arts and crafts, you can also be involved in an arts and crafts society. These are really good opportunities for you to make new friends, find out more about the hobby or the interests that you're in, and also kind of get more involved with the culture and diversity of the university. So for entry criteria to apply at De Montfort University, for undergraduate courses, you need a GPA of 5, including 4 in English and maths. For postgraduate study, you need a 4-year bachelor degree from Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology with a minimum of 55% or a GPA 2.75 to 4. Alternatively, you need a 4-year bachelor degree from a good recognised university and a minimum of 60% or a GPA 3 to 4. So with regards to English, you may require English if you haven't already got an IELTS. We do offer an internal English test, which you can take if you make an application or you are holding an offer with De Montfort University. Also, during this pandemic, we are very aware that IELTS centres are not open for you to take the exams. And as such, we are accepting IELTS Indicator, Home Edition, TOEFL. We also offer pre-sessional English online, and if you're unable to take that, then we also accept Duolingo as well. So for your applications, H&H will assist and guide you with that, but we require a copy of your qualifications, your English language certificate if you have it, a copy of your passport, and a reference for undergraduate study or 2 references for postgraduate study. Some courses, like art and design courses, will require a portfolio, and you can find out more about those via H&H or online. The fees that you would expect to pay at De Montfort University range from £13,000 to just over £14,000. There are instalment plans available, and there are a couple of these to suit, your requirement and how you are able to make the payment. There's also an international surcharge that will be involved, and that is around £300 to £400. So we do offer scholarships for our international students, and these are offered on a first come, first serve basis. So for our international students, we offer £1,500, and if you make your deposit for your tuition fees early, then you get an additional £500, making it £2,000 altogether. There are other scholarships available as well, such as a sustainability scholarship, and these are extremely limited for our postgraduate students in that there's only 4 spaces. There's also an equality, diversity and inclusion scholarship, again very limited spaces with 12, and you can get up to £4,000 for postgraduate students. For the Global MBA and the PG Taught Merit, there is £2,500 scholarships available, and there's also sports scholarships available where you can get up to £6,000 off your tuition fees. The terms and conditions do apply, and I will also outline that you can only apply for one scholarship or the other. You would not be able to make an application for 2 scholarships, so please do bear that in mind when you are applying. So prior to arriving to De Montfort University, you can certainly expect assistance with your visas, and we have a dedicated visa department that will be able to help you with any complicated issues that you may have. We are also offering airport pickups, so we will pick you up from the airport and bring you onto the campus, and this avoids any kind of unnecessary distress around kind of getting transport from the airport to get to Leicester. We make that a really streamlined process for you to get from the airport when you arrive after your long journey to the campus. And of course, you will get assistance with police registration as well. So whilst you're at De Montfort University, you can expect to be buddied up with another student who has been with us already, who's already studying at the university. And, these people become your friends and also like a mentor that you can go to for any questions you may have, or things that you don't need to ask an academic or somebody a uni expert about. It's somebody that you would go to as a friend. De Montfort University is huge on health and well-being. That is really important to us, that our students are happy and safe within the campus. And there's lots of things that go on throughout the year that you can be involved in or, find out more about. There's academic support available within our libraries, which is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which you can pop into and get additional support if you require it. And when I talked about, the global program that we have on offer, if going away internationally is not something that you're interested in, or it's not that it appeals to you, then we have the Explore UK program as well. So you can find out more about UK and go off to different places within the country to explore and find out more. And honestly, UK is a very beautiful country, so you can expect to experience lots of wonderful things. During your first week at Montfort University, you'll be involved in an international welcome week. And as you can see on this picture on the left-hand side, there's lots of different flags at the top. And that just shows, that it just demonstrates how many different nationalities we have studying with us at DMU. And this celebrates all of our different nationalities. Everyone comes together and finds out more about what to expect from DMU, over the next couple of years that you'll be with us, and Leicester, and of course the UK. You'll find out things about welfare support, other support that's available as well, and just a week full of programs that are happening for you to be settled and feel welcomed with us. We have a prayer room on campus, which is available to everybody and available for you to use. And here is a nice picture of one of our students during Eid celebrations last year. Of course, this year we have been in lockdown, but university hugely celebrates all festivals. And this picture is of one of our students setting up to do a little performance for Eid. So thank you very much for listening. And I'm now going to stop sharing the presentation, and we will open up for questions and answers.
Thank you very much, Hanah, for your lovely presentations. It was very informative, and our students are definitely gonna get benefit from those informations as well. So as part of this live session, we're gonna actually, along with the discussion we had regarding the Montfort University, different courses, scholarships, entry requirements, we're gonna discuss a couple of things now. Regarding the because HNS Global recruits students mainly from South Asian market. We have office in Dhaka, Bangladesh, along with Ahmedabad in India. Along with we're getting files from any other countries as well. So mostly for our Indian students, they want to come for some particular set of courses. If I say so, Indian students are mostly interested for your IT and engineering courses, along with your business management. So we're going to discuss about a couple of the key courses that our international students might be interested in for September and January sessions. And I'm going to ask you feedback on that, and also a bit more discussion about some of the criteria and placement opportunities for those courses. So we're going to start with the DMU engineering faculty courses. And for students coming from Bangladesh and India, I think the Montfort University is offering some of the courses with 1 year optional work placement. So depending on the students whether they want to take it or not. So if you can say something about engineering faculty, please.
Right. Okay. So our engineering faculty is, boasts loads of courses that would be of interest to the South Asian market. Some of the popular courses that we offer, in fact, one of the courses is aeronautical engineering, which is a new course that's been introduced to DMU, and it's with industry. It's offered by industry experts. And gives you a real good insight into going into aeronautical engineering. So this is a really good course, and this has been quite of interest to our South Asian market. But along with that as well, we offer a varied amount of other courses, and that can be from electronic and electronic engineering, mechanical engineering in undergraduate, and we also offer postgraduate courses in electronic engineering, energy and sustainability development, which is also quite popular. Placement is not actually guaranteed. If a student wants to take on a placement, then it is up to them to be extremely proactive in finding a placement, and our placement teams will help and assist with securing that placement for the student. Of course, the post-study work visa may be introduced. It's not been confirmed by the government, but of course this would be a huge incentive for students to take part of and take.
Okay.
Just wanted to clarify, sorry, just wanted to add to Hanah's comments. We don't actually have an optional placement year anymore for our engineering courses. So as Hanah has just mentioned, with the, let's say, announcement of post-study work visa, and hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll get confirmation of that furthermore. There's not really a need for students to have a placement year, as of course, with a post-study work visa, they'll have 2 years, a 2-year opportunity where they can work.
Yes.
Okay, so we get the clarification about the work placement option that is available to different courses, because I think the government already announced last year regarding the starting for post-study work visa from June 2000, from summer 2021. So it is a great opportunity for international students. Once they come here, they can do the course, and once, as soon as they successfully graduated from the university, they can apply their theoretical knowledge into practice, as the government already giving them a security of getting work for 2 years. So I believe that, and some of the other courses, I think the international students from Bangladesh and also in India, particularly some students from Hyderabad, and which is a kind of IT hub in terms of Indian market, and like cybersecurity, computer science and engineering, and I think you also offer some of the other computing courses, which most of the students are likely to come if they want to study a computing related course at the Montfort University. What do you say about it, Hanah?
Yes, absolutely. We have a really good computing and engineering offering at the university. Amar is really well versed in the cybersecurity, so he can tell you a little bit more about cybersecurity courses.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Hanah. Hi, Milton. Thank you again for the nice opportunity. Hanah mentioned something, one of the good courses that we like, the cybersecurity. I mean, for me personally, because I'm not very tech guy, and you know this, and please keep our secrets from online. The good thing about cybersecurity is that you can apply this anywhere. Any field. The Montfort, sorry. They're really, really good. We actually one of the centers for cybersecurity in the UK. Again, that we'll have at the Montfort. The programs that we offer, or the modules that we'll do, they're all certified by the NCSC, which is the National Cybersecurity Center. And again, we have really, and we really have a good links with the industry. So a few of our students worked in Deloitte. They went to different places like Airbus. Again, it depends on the student. Do they need to do something related to more of a cybersecurity, which will help them protect the infrastructure before the attack, or do they need something more of a digital forensic, which deals after the attack? Again, the students will experience how do they work on the host and network security. They will actually do penetration testing, and this is the incident and the things that they will study in terms of cyber engineering and cybersecurity. It's one of the good courses. Unfortunately, we have limited seats, so if any of your students, Milton, is really keen or interested in this, we would encourage them to apply yesterday, not even today. This is how competitive it is. So by all means, please do get in touch with Milton. He will be more than happy to help you with the cybersecurity.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Amar, for explaining about the cybersecurity course. So as Amar mentioned, that cybersecurity is a quite competitive course at the Montfort University. A lot of students are interested about it. So any student who wants to study for upcoming September sessions and also January sessions, I believe it is also available in January, if I'm not wrong. Let me have a look. Yes, yes, it is available to January session as well. So any prospective students who want to study cybersecurity, you can feel free to send your qualifications to us. We can submit your applications. And moving forward, I think there is another faculty that a lot of interested students want to study is your business management courses, particularly from Bangladesh market, where growing number of students wants to come for management related courses. If I can, any one of you, Amar or Hanah or Joe, to explain something about it.
Sure. So our MBA Global is a really popular course amongst our South Asian students. It's an early career MBA, so it's ideal for recent graduates or those with no managerial experience. So you don't need to have that industry experience, to do the course. And then our graduates, once they're finished with us, they can get really good roles within the UK in companies such as Mama said earlier, Deloitte, which is really popular, Barclays or Software Group. So this course can be studied over 12 or 15 months full time. And there are 2 start dates as well with this one, with September and in January as well.
I just want to add to that as well. We actually have a Leicester Castle Business School in which we teach our bespoke master's courses such as Global MBA, Project Management, Intercultural Business Communications. We've got the likes of Sports Management. We've got Air Transport Management as well. So that's a relatively new course at Montfort University. And the 2 program leaders themselves have 30 years industry experience. And one really attractive proposition of this course in particular is that students don't necessarily need to come from a specific background. So if they previously studied geography, politics, business, or engineering, they can apply for this course as long as they meet the requirements. So with the Leicester Castle Business School, we've spent around 4.2 million renovating it in recent years. So all of the facilities are of top quality. And we actually have the longest running courtroom within the castle itself. So there are lots of facilities for students to use as well.
Okay, thank you, Joe, for explaining about the management course along with Hanah as well. I think along with MBA, there is another course that international students might be interested in, is MSc in Marketing Management. The growing number of businesses going in some of the developed countries like Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan, where most students are interested to study marketing level courses. I think MSc in Marketing Management can be an interesting course for them, where this course has been approved by CMI. So students who are studying your management courses are not only graduating a degree from the Montfort University, but also it is professionally accredited. So if they want to finish the course and want to do CMI course later on, I think they might be getting some exemptions over there. What do you say about it?
Yes, absolutely. That is right. Like I said in my presentation, a lot of our courses are accredited by professional bodies, which then exempts our students from actually taking those exams that you need to take when you actually join the world of work. So like you say, with the marketing management course, you become a member of the Chartered Institute of Marketing. And then you do not need to then become a member again when you leave us and join the world of work or join your place of work. So it is a really fantastic course, and it is another one that is popular with our South Asian market.
Okay. One of the students was asking one question to me, basically. He initially was very interested to study one of your accounting and finance courses. So he was asking, and he was asking about whether it is, what type of exemption is going to get to if they wants to do any ACCA or any further CA level qualifications after finishing the masters. So basically, I had a short discussion with him, and I actually went to your website, and I gone through that and realized that the accounting and finance course, along with your bachelor level, with the masters, it is accredited by ACCA. So using students who are watching this live session, just to inform you that the Montfort University live accounting and finance courses are fully accredited by ACCA. So if any students want finishing the bachelor level, they will get some certain number of modules exempted if they want to do ACCA. And if any international students wants to do MSc in accounting and finance, that is also accredited by ACCA as well. So you might be getting some exemptions. So along with the traditional masters, you also getting an UK awarding body approval like ACCA, or you can go for SEMA or if any students wants to do their finance courses as well. So I will ask students to start sending you questions so that we can discuss about it. If you want any particular faculty or any particular courses you want to discuss with us, we'll be able to do that. Now, moving forward to, I think there is another, what do you say about our nursing student or like healthcare courses students from Bangladesh in India?
Yes, so we do a MSc in international nursing at DMU for our international students. So that's the course that's available, and I can give you further information on that if you just give me one moment. So we do nursing with registration at undergraduate level, and then at postgraduate level, we do the international nursing and leadership at MSc.
Okay, great. So because there are a growing number of nurses will be required in certain amount of either end of this year or next year, the way the pandemic going on, the shortage of medical staff in this country. So a lot of students are getting prepared to study this course because of the growing demand worldwide. It is happening at the moment. So we expect some numbers from South Asian market, particularly from India and Nepal, where most students wants to come for their nursing courses and along with public health related courses as well. And
yes. I mean, the great thing about the the international nursing and leadership course is that it's specifically designed to provide all the students with the knowledge and skills that are required to manage and lead in the UK, and it's taught by industry experts as well. So people that have got over 50 years of nursing experience. So it's a really good environment for a student to kind of study in and get a real feel of what it would be like to work in, say, hospitals or the NHS or the local public firms, public health firms.
Okay. Now,
just to add to that as well. Sorry, Milton. To add to Hanah's point, we also offer adult nursing and child nursing, but crucially for our nursing courses, students do need to have an IELTS. So that is quite crucial, of course, with NHS regulations. And I completely agree with your point. Given the current situation with the unfortunate COVID-19, there is of course going to be a demand for more nurses and more specialists within the health and life sciences. So of course there are plenty of opportunities for them to gain, let's say, work and voluntary experience whilst they're studying here at Montfort University.
Okay. Thank you, Joe, for answering this question as well. And I'm going to ask Brother Amor as well regarding one of the key things, because he was asking about the cybersecurity. So students who are coming undergraduate level at your computing and cybersecurity courses, and as Joe mentioned, that placement has been taken off due to the PSW options. Now, in terms of the undergraduate students, I think the placement for undergraduate students is still available, isn't it?
You mean the sandwich year, the year that they can do after year 2? Yes, they can do. They can apply for this again from within the UK. Just to echo Hanah's point, what we all as a team advise our students once they arrive to the UK, please go and speak with the placement team in each faculty. Their sole job, they're very kind, very experienced, to help you with your CV, how to apply, how to get in touch with our industrial partners in the market that will help you with the skills that you need to pass the interview. And of course, the student can volunteer at that point. As you kindly mentioned, we're all waiting for the 2021 now for the summer for the PSW, but we're just waiting for the Home Office to iron the details so we can mention to our students how to apply. And then they can, of course, stop at year 2 and go for a year to do their job and then return back to do year 3. Or they can do this on a master's level. When they finish their degree, they can do 2 years of work placement after they completed their postgraduate program.
Okay. Thank you, brother, for explaining these work placement options. So students, viewers who are watching this live session, as Mr. Amar explained about the placement opportunities for undergraduate level, and as he mentioned that yes, it is available. So as soon as you are coming to this country, you need to get in touch with the placement team. And the reason I'm actually emphasizing on an undergraduate level placement, because postgraduate level, some of the students who have done their bachelor in their back home country, and sometimes they already have some experience in their home country. So undergraduate level students, when they're coming here, if they get some experience while they're studying their courses, as soon as they finish their degree, there's more opportunity to use these 2 years PSW effectively. So two of our students already got an offer. One of them is Yash and one is Raghav. They've got the offer from for computer science and engineering. So they're asking some questions regarding the placement opportunities for their bachelor degree. So that's why actually I was referring to these particular questions to you. Now moving forward to the next courses that I would like to discuss is, I think one of your another key course is for top-up qualifications. So some of the students were interested to ask me that they have done diplomas in their back home countries. The way the UK diplomas are getting popularity in Bangladesh and Pakistan, and particularly these two parts of the world. So can you explain about your top-up qualification? You've done any HND in Bangladesh or any HNC, and they want to come here second year entry or third year entry?
Of course. The good thing about this, Milton, that's a very good question. It depends on the program. So, for example, if I tell you, Milton, you've studied in Bangladesh and XYZ in Dhaka, and I've studied in XYZ in Sylhet, did we take the same modules? So the key point here, whichever students, to answer the question in a nutshell, do we offer advanced entry like year 2 and year 3? Yes, but it depends on the program and it depends on the module that the student took. What kind of modules did you study? So let's say I'm planning to apply for electrical and electronic engineering, and I've done my maths and physics, but I didn't take any circuits or electronic related program. So if I apply for year 3, most likely they will say, no, you're not eligible. You need to do year 2 or year 1 even. However, if you, Milton, for example, you studied and you took programming and circuits and how to do this practically, and if you applied for year 3, of course, the academics and the program leader will be more than happy to take and map whatever you studied in Dhaka and map it to our curriculum. Then they will offer you the advanced entry. So it's case by case study. Certain programs, sometimes it's a bit difficult because of the accreditation that we have. So cybersecurity undergraduate, we cannot just offer students to go on to year 3 because there are certain elements and certain things they need to go through in year 1, year 2, and year 3 because it's accredited program. So we have boxes that we need to tick, and this is something related to the academics. Unfortunately, we cannot intervene. But yeah, of course, any student who completed a diploma in Bangladesh, especially if they have good grades, by all means, they can apply. At the moment, they also need to provide, of course, the English, as Hanah mentioned, whether it's an IELTS indicator or TOEFL home edition, or they can, of course, once they apply as soon as possible through you, Milton, we can try and secure them the Montfort Academic Test of English, and it's free of charge.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Amar, for explaining about top-up courses. Okay, so students and viewers, if you've done a diploma course in Bangladesh or in any part of the world, you feel free to send your applications to them, and the university academic team will gonna assess it and let you know whether they have been giving you exemptions based on your previous qualifications, or whether they will be able to take you second year or third year entry. So depending on the circumstances, and keep in mind that we highly recommend students coming for a top-up qualification, you give your IELTS or any standard acceptance English language requirements, so that because if you have done the level of English you've studied in your back home country and the level of English you're going to study here in DMU, there'll be a substantial amount of differences. To understand the lecture properly, I recommend our students, because some of the students already asked me this question already, whether they're getting English exemptions, or they're going to take English internal English test. But I recommend personally for them to take your English IELTS, get a reasonable amount of score, because once you come here, it will be hard for you to catch up the lectures because of the differences, the study module they studied in back home country, and also the level of proficiency they need to study this course.
I'm Milton. Just wanted to add to Amar's point as well. We do actually have a business administration and management level 6 top-up, and also a fashion management level 6 top-up. So they are already there for the students that might be interested in taking such courses. Added to this as well, with regards to your English query, we actually do have in-sessional academic English classes now. So they're there to support students that might not feel as confident when it comes to academic English.
Okay. So viewers, as Joe mentioned about the academic English point of view, any international students who are coming here, they're struggling in terms of the academic English improvement. You could do. I think, is it free of cost, Joe, or is there any charge for that?
It is, yeah, completely free of cost. Of course, the classes wouldn't be unlimited. And just added to this as well, students will get the opportunity to take free language courses as well. So they might learn Mandarin, French, German, Spanish, and so on, just to kind of add to their portfolio and help them, let's say, learn new skills as well.
Okay, it's good to know that the university offering free of charge academic English courses to improve the students' English level, and because it is very, very imperative for the students who are studying business or any part of the courses, particularly business and marketing courses, because of their communication skill, they need to improve if you want to go for the job of searching a job in the UK or abroad. So it is a very good initiative has been taken by the university. Now I'm gonna moving forward. I'm gonna start. Basically, we'll start getting some questions. So we quickly get into it and answering the questions. Unless Hanah or any of our team wants to say something about. Hanah, is it frozen or? Hello, Hanah. I think okay.
Let's. Yeah, but we can hear you, so we're all good. If you want, we can start getting on the questions from our students, Brother Milton. Thank you very much.
Yes, so I think Prasham Gautam is explain about the placement after the completion of the masters. I think Amar, you want to explain, or Joe, who wants to answer this question?
I think I'll take this one if you don't mind, Amar. I actually used to work within the business and law faculty, so I have quite a lot of knowledge about how the placement team works and how the let's say master's courses work. So as we explained earlier, we don't have, and I think this is the same for the majority of UK universities, that we don't have a specific placement year for master's courses. But what we do have, and especially with our relaunched forensic accounting course, which will be reintroduced this September, it's going to be a 2-year course with a 3-month internship. But for some of our other Leicester Castle Business School bespoke courses, we have a 3-month personal project, which not only counts towards students' degree, but is also a great opportunity for them to learn the necessary skills for the workplace whilst combining their studies. So we have the executive company project, where a student will be paired up with a local, national, or even international company in some instances, and they'll work closely on a 3-month basis, and get to know each other, learn and provide services for the company. And in some cases, our previous students have gone on to work for the companies they've been paired with in the past. We also have a business research project, which is basically where we encourage you to think of your own business idea and go through the trials and tribulations of how that will work throughout the 3 months. And at the end of the 3 months, you'll pitch your idea to business leaders and your program leaders. So hopefully that gives you an idea as to the kind of, let's say, work-styled modules that are available for our, let's say, business master's courses.
Okay. Yes, I think Prasham, you get the answer for it. So university, in terms of master's level, they don't have the placement opportunity. But apart from that, university placement team are quite effective. So during you're studying your master's level qualification, you can have your good link with the university placement team and start making preparation for your CV preparations as well. If you want to have any business ideas, the UK government also have a graduate entrepreneur scheme as well. So as soon as you finish your master's, you can apply for it as long as university accept it. And so that's Prasham. If you have any other particular type of questions, you can ask as well. Mr. Hassan asking, what about the scholarship for Bangladesh students and English Weber for A-level students? So it is another good questions, I think. Anyone can answer it, please?
Yeah, sure. So we do accept A-levels, but you do need to also prove your English. So you would need to take the IELTS or equivalent to that. Sorry, what was the other part of the question?
The question was actually, scholarship for Bangladesh students and the English waiver for A-level students?
Okay, so you might have missed in the presentation that we do offer scholarships to all international students. These are available on a first come, first serve. It's £1,500 and an additional £500 if you make your deposit of £4,000 when your offer is made earlier on, which is called the early bird discount. So altogether, you can expect to get a scholarship of £2,000. There are other scholarships available as well, and the terms and conditions apply to these. What you can't do though is combine two scholarships together, so it is just one or the other scholarship. The one that I would more than likely recommend is that it's the 1,500 plus the 500, because we have a good part of those, again, although they are limited.
Okay, so Hassan, I think you get the answer for it, that for A-level, just a quick question from my end as well. If any sorry, can you hear me?
Sorry. Yes, I can hear you.
So if any international students who has done A-level in back home country, Bangladesh or any part of the world, and they get their particular mark in English in A-level, will they get English exemptions?
Yes, I think that they do get the A-level, they get the exemptions from the A-levels, but otherwise you do need to do an IELTS. So the academic requirements are either A-levels or a GPA in English and maths.
I think...
Yeah, sorry, just to confirm, if they've taken those A levels not in the UK, in Bangladesh, then they would need to take the arts or some of the other English exam tests.
Okay. So, Mr. Hassan, I think you get your answer that scholarships are available, but it's case by case basis how much it will be. As long as we have 1,500 international scholarship, so we recommend you send the documents to us, and we can send the applications to the university, get your condition offer letters, and apply for the scholarship as well, because it's first come and first serve basis as well. And I think international students who want to study even January, they can start sending applications from now on as well, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Start sending your applications in. We're accepting applications for, of course, for this intake, but also for January.
Okay.
Milton, maybe I could just jump in there again, and apologies for that. I think one of the things that actually we would like to say to students is whether you're thinking about this September or whether you're thinking about January intake, I would really, really encourage all students to start to make the applications now. So to obviously speak to the team here who can start that process. The reason I'm saying that is that you can imagine with the COVID situation, there's going to be in the UK certain restrictions about the numbers of people who can be in very large lecture halls. So we're going to be putting the very large teaching lectures online, and there's going to be more of the face-to-face learning is going to be in much smaller groups, smaller rooms where people can social distance in a much more effective way. So what that is likely to mean is that numbers are going to be likely to be limited a little bit. That is in combination with a lot of other pluses. So obviously, as we're very much expecting the 2-year post-study work visa to be confirmed. As I alluded to earlier on, the situation in the UK seems to be improving, and there was confirmation last night that they found a steroid-type drug which helps significantly with the recovery. So we're really expecting, probably quite soon now, because of some of these things that are happening, that there's going to be a very big and fast peak in terms of the numbers of applications we receive. And because there might be limits, the people who apply early, meet their English requirements early, are going to be the ones who are going to be fortunate. So it's really, really in your interests, if you're serious about coming this September or for January, to start to make your applications now. Okay,
thank you, Martin, explaining about the 2 sessions and the current situation as well. So dear viewers and students, as Martin explained, so because UK is improving quite dramatically from last 1 week or so, the situation is getting improving day by day. We might get some more news in the first week of July, when the UK gonna start opening all the stores and everything. So we expect students to send their applications for even January from now on, because of the limited seats available and because of the limited students will be allowed in the classes. The more students is going to apply for next upcoming session. So the more the earlier you're going to apply, the high chance of being getting accepted as well. Let's move on to the next question. Mr. Al Rifun asking about, he's got SSC 3.94, diploma in electrical engineering, and 3.2018 without IELTS. How can I apply in bachelor's? I think Al Rifun, if I'm not wrong with DMU, you have to have an IELTS. Either you can do IELTS physical test if the centers are open. If the centers aren't open, you can go for IELTS, I think, indicators. I think.
Yes, absolutely. Yep, you can do the IELTS indicator, you can do TOEFL, and you can do home edition as well. And if you do, when you make your application to DMU, you can also do an internal English test with us at DMU. So there are lots of options available, even though the IELTS centres are closed.
Okay. In terms of the internal English test, Hanah, is it going to be, how they're going to take it? Is it how is it be online or?
Yes, so during this situation, we have been offering the internal English test online, and this is very limited. So we don't have many spaces. So if you are interested, then you need to get that application in and get your offer in place, and we'll put you down for that test. But like I say, it is very limited, and it is tested exactly the same way the IELTS is, in 4 components: speaking, English, reading, and writing.
Okay.
And it's over 2 days as well.
Okay. So I'll refer, as I think you got your answer already. As you have done diploma in electrical engineering, I think you have a very good chance of getting a even second year entry, depending on the modules you've studied over there. So my recommendation will be do your IELTS indicators or Duolingo as well, and get a reasonable mark and submit your application. At the moment, you can submit your applications, get a condition offer letter, and by this time you can get your preparation for IELTS and get the mark and come for January or even September sessions. Yes, Martin, please.
Yeah, just to say, Duolingo is the only one that we're not accepting.
Okay.
Duolingo is only okay for the entry for the pre-sessional English. IELTS indicator, TOEFL home edition, or alternatively our own internal IELTS test are the 3 best options.
Okay. So yes. Sorry for the confusion. Actually, I was included a Duolingo on top of that. And so let's move on to the next question. I think, okay, this is one of the students. I think this is existing DMU student. I'm currently studying at DMU Leicester MSc Computer Science course. I'm about to graduate. What are the chances of me another courses at DMU, and how much scholarship I will be eligible to apply if opted to DMU as well? So anyone could answer for it, please.
Yes, so we do offer an alumni scholarship for our international students, and that will automatically be applied if you decide to do a second postgraduate study. Of course, your application will be assessed at an individual basis because you are applying for a second postgraduate study.
Yeah, so Varun, I think you got your answer already. I'll refer to ask the same question.
Sorry, Milton, I just wanted to add to that as well. I guess the crucial thing is that if you've already studied a MSc or studying an MSc computing course, you would really have to think, what other course would I want to study that will help me in the future? So if the student was to study for a master's course, such as we spoke about earlier, a marketing master's or a global MBA, something that isn't the same as his current master's, which would help him, he needs to also kind of highlight this in his personal statement and kind of, let's say, argue as to why the second master's is going to help him on a personal and professional level going forward.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
and to add to that as well, your second master's should not cover 50% of the modules that you studied in your first master's. So that's really important as well.
So Varun, you get the answer already, that if you want to continue at DMU and for the second master's, they have to have an academic progression, like why it is needed for your future career, and it is not repetition of your modules that you've studied in your first master's as well. Need a proper explanation in the personal statement, and then university admission team on a case-by-case basis will decide whether they will accept or not. Rifun was asking about when I can apply for university. I think Rifun, you already, as I answered your questions already, that you need to have IELTS as well. So first of all, you need to send your full academic documents. We're going to submit your application to the university. University issue a condition offer letter. As soon as you fulfill all the conditions, you can pay your deposits, and then university will book your interview slots. If I'm not wrong, Amar.
Correct. No, you're right, Milton.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yes, so Al-Rifon, you can send your documents, get the condition offer letters, fulfill the conditions, and apply for and prepare for yourself applying for the visa. Before issuing the cast letter, university will ask the internet Skype interview. Okay, and if you need to know more about it, please email to us at our info@hns.edu.co.uk email address. You can text us as well, and you can also send us a Facebook Messenger. Now, Ryan, Sharif, Sabir, now IELTS centers are not open yet. How can I get IELTS results? So, Ryan, Sharif, I think in Bangladesh, we know that there is some full lockdown going on, but in some part of India as well, in Pakistan. As we mentioned as well, that there are some online English courses available, IELTS indicators, and university internal English test. So send your qualifications to us. We'll assess it. If we think that you are eligible for the university internal English test, we'll definitely book for it. So first of all, the first thing you need to do is send your applications, get the conditional offer letters, and prepare yourself for IELTS if you haven't taken it. And just keep in mind that September session is nearly there. We only have 1.5 months left, or 2 months left, say so. So I recommend you to send your documents as soon as possible. How long will the admission sessions will be? If you can, any one of you just give us a brief discussion about when the university expecting to close the taking applications, or expecting students to submit all the documents, the latest date.
Yes, I mean, we're taking applications, so please send your applications in. The more information you provide, the quicker the turnaround will be, and the quicker you will get, a decision on your application. So I talked about all the documents that are required. So please include with your application form a copy of your passport, a reference if it's for undergraduate study, or 2 references if it's postgraduate study. If you are doing an art and design course, then you do need to provide us with your portfolio as well. And as long as everything's in one file and sent to us, the admissions process will be a lot sooner and a lot quicker in getting, a decision to you.
Okay, we're getting some questions in our Facebook messengers as well.
Sorry, Martin just wants to say something as well.
Sorry, I just want to carry on from that last question. So just to say, we haven't confirmed the last date for sending in applications. But to give you an idea, last year, I think it was about the 25th of August, something like that. So I'd expect it to be around the same time, broadly speaking. But as I said earlier, I'd really encourage you, if you're thinking about coming to the UK, whether it's our university or any other university for that matter, and you're thinking about that now, I would make your application now. You've really got nothing to lose by doing that, and everything to gain.
Okay. As Martin explained, dear viewers and students, that sending applications, getting offer letters done as soon as possible, not going to harm you. A university not forcing you to take application, submit get your visa done in this September. If this pandemic situation makes an effect in your life, you can defer it for January session. If it is a master's, if it's a bachelor, case by case basis, you need to see what is going on. And moving forward, Martin, if I can ask one particular question. There's some university that are taking some actions regarding the courses available to the January session, because we're expecting a slowing number because of the pandemic going on in South Asian market at the moment, particularly India, Bangladesh. The coronavirus is affecting a lot. So a lot of students are thinking whether they want to come for September or January. Are we increasing any courses in January session?
Okay, yeah, excellent question. I think in response to the first thing I said, I'd reiterate again, we are definitely going ahead with the September intake. So from our side, we're really expecting that to be as normal. And optimistically, we're expecting the same to be for students coming from South Asia, that they will be able to travel. So I would certainly encourage students to be going down that route at the moment. If for any reason this the situation didn't improve, students weren't able to travel, which I'll reiterate, we're not expecting to happen, then clearly we would look at other options, including offering increased programs in January. And indeed, we've already done that to a certain extent. We have increased the offering already on certain programs. And I'm sure that Hanah and the team have shared that with you, Milton, and obviously you can share that with students. So just to reiterate, I would really encourage students to be planning for September. If there were issues, clearly, obviously, there would be options made available for January or other scenarios.
Okay, and so dear students, as Martin explained as well, is that you can plan for September sessions, and if anything unprecedented comes into mind, you can let us know as well. We can do a deferral for the next available sessions for the particular course. And this is another question that the students are asking, like, when, although the September session is going on, when is the last date for their coming to this country and they do the enrollment? Is there a particular date in mind already, or?
So the university will be opening on the 5th of October, and we expect our international students to arrive well before then to, to settle into Leicester and, of course, get enrolled as well. There is a specific date as yet, but we would expect our international students to arrive before the 5th of October when the university is open and running.
Okay. Just wanted to add to that as well, if you don't mind. So basically, the application deadline is likely to be the end of August, and the let's say welcome week and international week, where students will sort out registration, where they'll set up a bank account or set up their, let's say, NHS registration. That would take around 2 weeks before students actually start their course. So you're looking at students maybe coming to Leicester around mid-September this year.
Okay. Thank you, Joe, for answering that question. I think one other thing just to keep into mind that UKVI recently introduced a 14 days quarantine period as well. So what do you say about it? Anyone?
I guess that's kind of, although that is the situation right now, things may change from now until then. You know, with, let's say, airlines have adopted approaches where they're putting a mandatory face mask that you have to wear, and that kind of reduces the effects by 98%. So it's kind of watch this space, and it might change from now until then. But at the moment, we're of course following government guidelines, and we'll do that going forward.
Okay. Yeah, Mark,
yeah. Just to add further to that, you can imagine that we're a very serious institution, and we're very we want to make sure that not only our students but the staff and the city and everyone is safe. So we are working very hard at the moment, putting in place all sorts of options and scenarios to make students safe once they arrive in the UK. Just to give you one example of many, we're looking at setting up, the process I know is actually happening at the moment, where we're going to be having multiple coaches picking students up straight from the airports to bring them to Leicester so that they can go straight to their accommodation. What that means is students, when they arrive in the UK, they're not going to have to think about and worry about going on public transport or trying to find a local taxi. So there are lots of things that are going to be in place to make sure that they are safe, and the process of actually getting to the university is very simple, even more so given the current situation. And just to reiterate with what Joe's been saying, the situation we're in now, we don't anticipate that we're going to be in the same situation of restrictions come September, October for the intake. That assuming everything goes the way we're expecting it to be a much more open and freely accessible way of moving around the country, city, and the university.
Okay, thank you very much, Martin, for explaining this situation. And another, the last question is one of the students is asking in their Facebook page. Let me see. Is our Indian page. One of the students is asking whether, there's a situation like the same-day visa service has been restricted in some of the markets. So we might gonna see some of the students to apply a bit earlier than before they did in last year. Anyone to say, any comment on that, Joe or Amar or Martin?
Oh, sorry, what was the question again? Sorry, my internet kind of cut out there.
The question is actually basically in last year there was a same-day visa service for Indian students. Nowadays, now I think the recent regulation says that there will be some delays in terms of the giving decisions on the same day, or even 2 days, 5 days, or 7 days decisions.
Yeah.
Anything about this?
Sure. So that specific question is heavily dependent on government guidelines. So what I would advise and what we would advise is that you check, for regular updates online, and you should be able to find out what is going on a daily basis.
Okay.
So just to jump in again there, and I'm sorry to keep saying the same point. This is one of the many, many reasons why we're encouraging students to make their applications now, because the sooner you start the process, the sooner you can get these things done. Don't leave things until the very end, and then you're under time pressure. Am I going to be able to sort my visa out in time? If you start the application process now, you will have time to do all these things. Don't leave it till the end.
Okay. So viewers and students, so there's, as Martin explained, that don't leave it to the end. And if you are planning for for September or even January, you can start sending applications. Kiran Sandhu asking about students without IELTS options. Kiran, I think for Indian students who want to study at the Montfort University, as long as you get state board exam English marks 65% or over, you can apply for English exemptions. If anyone wants to say something about it, please.
Sorry, what was the question? Could you repeat that again, Milton? Sorry.
The question Kiran was asking, he wants to take admissions, but without IELTS, is any options for without IELTS? So I mentioned that 65% for Indian students, if I'm not wrong.
From India, yes, it's 65%. And you need, sorry, just give me one moment. I just want to clarify and make sure that it's all
65% in standard 12, I believe.
Yes, but you need it in your 4 best subjects, and it has to exclude Hindi. Then we may also check your standard 10 results in English and maths. If you're applying for engineering courses, you will need a minimum of 60% in maths as well.
Okay. So students from India, if you want to study engineering courses, you need 60% in math mark. Along with that, you need 65% in your English marks in
4 best subjects, excluding Hindi.
Excluding Hindi as well. So if any student wants to know more clarifications, I recommend to send their qualifications to us. Let's send your applications to the university, and university will guide us accordingly whether you've been accepted or not. Okay. And yes,
I would just like to add to that. Sorry, Milton. If you are applying for a postgraduate taught, then you need a bachelor's degree with 50 to 60%, and that does sometimes depend on the university you have studied at and the course that you're applying for. So it is assessed on a little bit of an individual basis.
Okay. So sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, so for postgraduate study, a bachelor's degree with 50 to 60%, depending on the university that you have studied at, and the course that you are applying for as well will be considered. So it is a bit more of an individual, basis assessment.
Okay, and for next question, actually, one of the students, his name is Jeffrey. I think we received his documents yesterday, and his name is Jeffrey Jai. He's asking about, he has more than 6 years or 7 years film industry experience, but his mark is 50.22. Whether he'll be accepted in your business management courses. I think you already answered this question, Hanah, that if his students has a 50% or more in their bachelor degree, you are feel free to apply for the business management course. I recommend Jeffrey to send your work experience letter as well. Since you have done your bachelor degree quite a while ago, university wants to see that what you've done since you finish your bachelor degree, if you have a substantial amount of study gap. So send your full documents with your work experience letter. Let me send your application to the university, and we will update you accordingly. And moving forward, there is another Facebook questions. The student has done BA pass course in Bangladesh, which is a 3 years qualification, whether they will accept a top up. I think I can answer this question because I've gone through your Oxford International Foundation program as well. So any international students who has done their 3 years BA pass course, which is not a bachelor degree, is a kind of first or second year of bachelor degree in Bangladesh. If you have done these courses, and if you want to study at Montfort University, Montfort University, I think 1 year back, 1.5 years back, they introduced one of the bachelor degree pre-top-up qualification through Oxford International Education Group. So students, if you Shamrin, if you want to study these top qualifications, I recommend you to send your full documents along with your IELTS certificate, which is 6.0, 5.5 in all sections. So send your full documents to me, and we can apply for one of the top-up qualification with the help of Oxford International. What do you say, Hanah, about it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. As Milton says, send all your documents in, and we'll assess that and come back to you with a decision.
Okay, so we are actually nearly finishing our sessions today. I recommend our students, if any student didn't ask any questions, I recommend them to sending your questions as soon as possible, as we are actually nearly finishing our sessions today. I would like to say, everybody, thank you for joining our sessions today, and from Joe to Martin, Amar, and Hanah, if everyone can give your closing speech, so that to our students, prospective students, want to study January and also September 2020 session as well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, go on, Martin.
Yeah, sorry, I'll just jump in. Apologies for that, Hanah. Yeah, just and I promise this time I won't talk for too long, but I just wanted to very quickly say those things again. I absolutely assure you, if you're a student coming from South Asia, Leicester is an excellent city for you. You're going to be very at home. I really, really mean that. We have some very, very good statistics in terms of outcomes once you leave the university. So the investment of coming to the UK and studying at the university is going to be an excellent investment for you. We definitely have the September intake happening. And as I've said 2 or 3 times, I'd really encourage you, speak to H&H, Milton and his team, and start to get the ball rolling. So thanks very much. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Hanah, please.
Thank you. I'd like to echo what Martin said. You can feel really at home in Leicester. We have, fantastic facilities for our South Asian students, and along with that as well, we have really good opportunities for part-time work in the city. The city is now, slowly opening up. The shops are opening, so there's opening up opportunities for people to get part-time work whilst they're studying, and along with that, of course, there is placement opportunities as well. And like we said earlier, we have dedicated placement teams within all of the faculties that will help you, help you make a really good, strong CV that's appealing for employers. So we hopefully look forward to seeing you in September or in January.
Okay, thank you, Hanah. I'd like to say my brother Amar to say something about our prospective students.
Of course. Thank you very much again, Milton. I can't say much after Martin and Hanah. I would like to just echo the point that I'm an international student, as you know, Milton, and the experience in Leicester is absolutely amazing. And hopefully with the PSW, this will give everyone a chance to work and gain more knowledge and more practical experience, so they can transfer the new skills back home. Of course, do get in touch with Milton. I've worked with Milton for years, and I can tell you the guy is very honest and is very helpful. Please do get in touch, and he will help you. Thank you very much, Milton.
Thank you, Brother Amar, for explaining, for your closing speech. Now, Joe, if you want to say something to our prospective students, please.
Most certainly, and thank you as well for hosting today's session. I think it's very hard for me to follow up from what Martin, Hanah, and Amar have just said. But if you're wanting to study at a serious university where you're going to have a life-changing experience, Montfort University is the place for you. So if you would like to move that forward as soon as possible, please do contact Milton and Subhash and their team at H&H, and they can help you further. And all the best, and take care.
Thank you very much, Subhash, from our Indian team. What would you like to say to our DMU guests?
Basically, DM is a great university, very big opportunity they are giving to all Indian and Bangladeshi students. And hope so the September intake will be so more good for expecting us. It will be great because of the COVID quite slow, but we get the more students. Hope so in the January intake as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you much for saying something in terms of our Indian students' point of view. I'm thanking everybody who is joining today, from Joe to Martin, Amar and Hannah, to attend these sessions and give our students, prospective students, the information they need in terms of the university entry requirement, the courses available to DMU, these sessions for September January session. I particularly thank to Martin for his time as well from your busy schedule and everybody. And I hope that our September session will be successful. So international students who are viewing these sessions today, I highly recommend that you send your qualifications to us as soon as possible. And also, I look forward to welcoming you all in September or January sessions. Thank you very much for attending today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
So, viewers, that concludes our session today with the Montfort University. As we mentioned, that DMU is one of the university, one of the mid-range UK university that international students from South Asian point of view, if I say so, that you can look into it. And there are a variety of courses available. If any international student wants to study their foundation courses, we had another sessions with Oxford International Education Group, because DMU Foundation is run by Oxford International Education Group. And if you want to study their foundation course as well, you feel free to send your qualifications to us. We can look into it. As we mentioned earlier, that the university offering some very lucrative scholarships for our Indian students, for Bangladeshis and South Asian students. So if you are a prospective students for September sessions and also January 2021 session, I look forward to receiving your documents. By this time, if you are not being able to attend this session today, I highly recommend to email your documents to us. Our email address is info@hhglobalEDU.co.uk. Our Facebook Messenger is open as well. Our dedicated online team is going to assess your. Our dedicated online team is also available. If you want to ask any particular questions through our Facebook Messenger, please feel free to send it to us. And we have another sessions coming in next Friday with our another key partner. I look forward to seeing you all on that session, and stay safe and see you soon.